morning. How are you doing this morning?
Morning, Shade.
Happy Easter. Oh.
Happy Easter, Jare.
Okay. So why do you look all dressed up although as though you are not interested in going out to the party?
Shade, I've just been thinking. I just been thinking about Easter. This Easter, what actually it is not the past, like the service, the song, the affirmation, happy Easter, and all of that.
You know, this is the most interesting thing I've had to talk about in a while.
Really? Easter, Shade, I know the basics. I know everything, like Gethsemane, the the scourging, Golgotha, the cross, the tomb, empty grave. His reason, that is Christmas. Esther,
3 years ago, I thought I knew the same thing too. But then I was sitting in a service and I decided to actually think about the cross. Not as a symbol we carry around, but then the actual events. I thought about what crucifixion does to the human body, how long it takes. I mean, Jesus saw everything even before he went for it. He knew every single detail and still went towards it. Then I remember the Father. Yes, I remember the Father. The same God that parted the Red Sea, the same God that shut the mouths of the lion, the same God that sent down fire from above. But then you see on that Friday, he chose to stay silent. Not because he didn't know what to do, not because he didn't have the power to hold back his only begotten son, but because he knew that silence, that silence is very powerful, and that silence will actually save us from the forever damnation that we are supposed to go into. And again, that silence wasn't absent. That silence was never absent. In fact, it is the most powerful form of love I've ever seen in the history of mankind.
but I know all these stories, Shade.
Oh, yes, you do. But do you know that the power that raised Jesus from the dead is actually active in you? Are you very aware that the power that rose Jesus from the dead is still alive today? Do you also know that the power that rose Jesus from the dead, just as Romans chapter 8 verse, Romans chapter 8 says that it is active in you this morning. Do you know?
I know that verse.
Yes, you know that verse. Yes, you know that verse. But did you let it to be actually true in you? That is the question. Is that word working on your inside? Is that word working on your inside? Or you just have it in words? You know, have you ever been in a situation whereby that situation seems to be completely dead, but then you're alive, but then you believe it? You believe it not just because you not just hold on that the experience will actually come to life, but then you actually believe that it was going to work because you have the power resident on your inside.
No, I don't think I have.
Well, that is not easy to admit, I would say. But then today, I want you to say it not like regular words or not as a routine. I want you to say it because you believe those words. Because you know that Jesus is very much active on your inside. Because those words are truly real. I want you to have the experience. Yes, I want you to have the experience. So today, cheer up and get dressed so we can head out to church and celebrate the victory that Christ has won for us, right? dear my brother.
Thank you, Shadi. That is deep. That is deep. This establishes something. You know, I've been saying your name since I was a child.
I know. I've been here since before you learned how to say it.
Ah, but I thought I knew you.
You knew what people told you about me. And that's a good place to start. But it was never meant for me to stay there.
Actually, it's all about, I think I know you now. You. It's the same thing I told Shade. You, the cross, the tribulation, the death, the resurrection. I've been hearing about it. Easter, we celebrate it. We live it. I've been hearing about it every time. And I've stopped hearing about it.
Then just hear it one more time, like it was your very first time. Let me tell you what it actually cost. Not the version you recite, but what it actually cost. I came into this world knowing exactly how it will end. Every conversation, every morning, every meal, every activity, every healing, I lived all of it walking to the cross. I was not surprised. I knew everything before I went. The cross was built for a man to suffer for as long as possible. I knew all of that. But I still chose to go. Now let me tell you what the Father did. On that cross, the Father chose that I remain in that place of being alone. Why? Because of the other part of the silence, it was you. He would rather get you to himself. He would rather redeem you. He would rather save you. He would rather allow his son go through it rather than to protect himself from watching his son go through all of those. That is how much he wanted you back to himself. This is a love I cannot even tell. Words are not even enough to really contain the weight of this love. It is a love that is too vast for every mind to comprehend. I cannot even understand. But this is just the Father's love. I saw your face before I went to the cross. I knew how it was going to be, all of the pains, but I chose to go regardless. And I will still do it again if I would have to, for your sake.
I didn't know. I genuinely did not know that it was this big.
Most people don't know. Most people don't understand. They really do not understand the depth of the pains that I had to go through. They didn't understand the cost of sin. All that I had to bear just because of the redemption of mankind. But I'm glad now you know. Now you understand.
What do you want me to do with it?
That's a very good question. You should start living it like it's your reality. This is the reality of your redemption. Start living it as your reality. That is all I'm asking for. I've not asked for anything more.
He is risen.
He is risen indeed.